Hi everybody, it's Imogen and welcome back to Colouring Kit. It's time for another completed pages video. This is all the pictures that I completed in December. And I was actually surprised at how many I got done, considering it was a busy month with all the celebrations and end of term tests and things like that. So I can't wait to show you. I love making these videos. Just as a disclaimer, this is an adult colouring channel intended for people 13 and over. And yeah, so let's just get started. So I'm going to start with Disney Vitro. Now I've got a whip in here. I haven't finished it yet, just because I did it kind of at a weird time and then I just didn't have time to finish it because we were away and we had people around. So I'm just going to try and tilt this up a bit, because I can't even get the whole book in the frame, so it's massive. So Melody gifted this one to me, incredibly kind of her, and I can't wait to finish it. So lots of other people I've seen who have used, and they've used either water medium or Crayola's super tips with pencil over and stuff, and I've decided to do that. So I thought I would start this Frozen page because the new movie's come out, it's also wintry. I thought it would be quite fitting to do that. I did search them up and I tried to do the right sort of colours. The background's a bit of a mess at the moment because I've gone outside the lines of the snowflakes. That's intended because I'm just going to go over with those with some silver gel pen or something like that. The grey of the troll is a bit dark, but I didn't really have any lighter ones. I don't have the full set of Crayola super tips. I only have a few here and there, and then I have a couple of other felt tip pens because I don't use them a lot. Some of the stuff I did with pencil, so their hair and their skin I did with pencil and blended it with a blending solution, and then some of the bits were Crayola super tips, so the bases of their clothing, the background, and mostly with this, because this was all pencil I owed off and things, I'm just going to do straight colour for the background bits and then just jazz it up a bit with lots of different pens and stuff. But it's actually really fun, and the paper's really thick, so it takes the pens really well. It doesn't bleed through, and it's just a nice kind of relaxing sort of thing to do compared to some other stuff that I do. So this will be a really good relaxation book. So I'm really excited to finish it, and hopefully I'll be able to show you the finished picture next month. So that's Disney Vitro by Hatchet Heroes. Oh, that's such a big book. Okay, the next book is 100 Hugs by Chris Riddle. I only did one in here. And just in case you're wondering again, I know I always mention it, the ones I'm using today are the blue, so not all of these orange ones are completed pages. So the one I did were these two snowmen, and the reason I did this one is because around this time of year I have fond memories of The Snowman, which, if you don't know, is like an animated film about a boy and a snowman, and they go off on adventures. I always used to watch it as a kid. We actually missed it on TV this year. We do have it on DVD, but it's just a really sweet movie. I absolutely love it, and it reminded me of this. And there were a few other Christmassy, wintry Christmassy pictures. I mean, that one's autumn, but there was this one reminded me of the Nutcracker, and this one was obviously gingerbread, so it's quite seasonal. But I went for these, and if the lighting, I mean, it's kind of weird, it may not look to you as if I've actually coloured the snowman, but I have. I used the same palette as I did for my polar bears, and then I just went in with a few different various colours for the other bits. But I just used Prismacolors on these pages, and I liked the outcome. It was a really nice, simple one to do. But it's a really sweet book, so that's 100 Hugs by Chris Riddle. The next book is Mein Spaziergang durch die Zeiten by Rita Berman. I did one page in this, and this was the colouring calendar. And I was actually surprised that I stuck through it. I didn't think I would be able to finish it, but I did. I didn't do the stocking boot on the other side. What I'll probably do is leave that for next year and do it during Advent maybe. But I was kind of sad I didn't get round to any more of the pictures, but what I may do is still do some of it, because some of them aren't strictly Christmassy. I really like this winter one because they're still not, they don't have to be Christmassy. Some of them are. Like obviously this one. So with this, I use a variety of pencils. I use the same basic colour palette for everything. It was a few Holbeins, some Prismacolors, a few Polychromos, and then I went over for accenting, and I did quite a lot of accenting because some days I really didn't want to colour much, so I just would do a base of pencil, a bit of blending, and then I would just accent. So this is all a red glitter gel pen, my gold jelly roll, and a silver Signo, and I think that's it on the accenting front. But on all of the numbers, if they were ones that you would actually fill in, I did them red, and then if they were black, I went over them with the silver. But it was I mean, some days I didn't do it, and then I would catch up and do 4 in one day or so. But I didn't really mind. I'm really glad I got it done, and because I've wanted to do it for a while, and I've just never thought I would be able to. Just keeping up with it is quite hard. I didn't get around to the Passionista Colorista one, which I'm really sad about, but I did use some of them for various cards. So I coloured them in and then cut them out. I don't have those to show you, but I did still use them, and I may choose to do it next year unless there's something else. But yeah, I'm happy with how this one turned out, and I think, considering it's meant to be something you have to stick with, I mean, I didn't do it day in, day out. I didn't manage to do one a day, but I'm still pretty happy with how regularly I was coming back to it. So that's Mein Spaziergang Deutsche Desire Seiten by Rita Berman. The next book is Flora by Maria Troll. I got this for my birthday from my parents, and I have done a page. It's in the winter section. The tag is hidden, so let's see. So I did this one, and I was watching something on my computer, and it was quite a cold evening, so I was just in my bed, and I decided to colour something, and it really didn't take long. I just came down here and picked out some colours that I was going to do. I'd already had the background done with the pastel, and then I added all of the accents. So all in all, this probably took about an hour and a half actually, which is really quick for me. But all of this was Prismacolor and I think Black Widow. I think there was these purples here, Black Widow, and then I went in with a pink. Very unusual colour palette for me for this. Well, it's not unusual for me, but I think the mix of the colours really works. I haven't really done it before. And then we've got blues and kind of the browny yellows for her hair. So on the accenting, I then went over with a hybrid dual metallic silver, so it's not one of the ones where they change colour, it's just silver. I went in with a Uniball Signo, a white Posca, a clear glitter gel pen on some of the bits on her wings, and then I went in with 2 coloured glitter gel pens, 2 dark, or 1 light bluish, 1 dark blue. I love those ones, and they are from the set. I can't remember what it's called. I think you would probably have seen it in a couple of videos that I've shown them. It's a 48 set, and yeah, I actually really liked the outcome, and it didn't take long, but it was a really nice page to do, and I look forward to doing more in this book. And it took it really well. I mean, this paper's really, really nice, and it's quite smooth as well, which is my preferred paper. So that's Flora by Maria Troll. Okay, the next book is Botanical Wonderland, and I actually finished a whip in here. I had it and I didn't come back to it, so I decided to finish it before Christmas. And so it's this one, and I'm happy with how this one turned out. I still had quite a lot to do. I was surprised. It didn't seem like there was a lot, but when I was actually colouring it, it did. The thing that took ages were these, like, bud things, because I had to do quite a few of them, and most of this bottom bit wasn't done yet. So it was fun to do. I kind of wish I'd finished it in November, just because I don't really like having whips, and you know, it's sometimes you don't feel inspired to come back to them, but I'm really looking forward to doing more in here, because I absolutely love this book. And it was mostly Prismacolors. In fact, I think it was all Prismacolor. Yeah, I think it was all Prismacolor. And for the accenting, I went over with glitter gel pens. I especially like this brown that I've used. I went over with a gold jelly roll, a gold Signo, because they're slightly different, because the gold jelly roll is quite a bronzy tone, whereas the Signo one is quite yellowy. I used an orange Posca, a lavender Posca, a pink glitter Posca, a couple of different coloured gel pens. I think that's it. I didn't really use any silver. Oh yeah, I did use a bit of silver Signo. But it was fun doing the accenting. I really love doing the accenting. It just brings it a bit more to life. So I'm not sure how many I've done in here now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so in the short space of time that I've had it, I'm really happy with that, and I'm definitely going to continue colouring it and doing more of the lovely pages. Okay, so before I show you the Clara Markova books, I want to show you another thing that I coloured. So in her books, as you know, you get the bookmarks, and this was the bookmark from Fairy Miracles, and I coloured it in. It's a bit bent at the moment, as you can see, because I did use water medium on it, and it is flattened out, but I still need to just flatten it out a bit more, I think. But for this, I had so much fun, and I didn't realise that I would. What I did, I used Neocolour for the background, and watercolour actually, I think, for some bits. I mainly used Neocolour though, and sometimes I don't think it's going to turn out smooth, but it actually did. And then I mixed it all together, let it dry, and then I went over with Crayola. So I was actually really happy with how the Crayola's worked on here. Especially love this flower up here. And then I just used a white Posca to finish it off. I didn't use any glitter because I figured, well, if I'm going to use this in a colouring book or a reading book, then I don't want glitter getting everywhere. I would have, but I decided not to. But I'm happy with how this one turned out, and nothing really came through except a tiny bit of pink. I think because I actually used an ink for that colour, and sometimes the inks do bleed through. But overall, I'm really, really happy with this, and it was a nice, fun project to do. So that's that, and I will definitely be using that. Okay, then I have Fairy Celebrations by Clara Markova. I got this from Clara Markova herself, and also Fairy Miracles, so thank you again, Clara. So the one I completed was the one at the very end, which you will have seen me complete if you have watched the Colour and Chat. If you haven't, and you want to check it out, please feel free to do so. So this one is they're painting the gingerbread, and I really liked it. I wanted to do a Christmas picture from both of the books, and I was looking through them, and there's more in here actually, and there were so many I could have chosen from, but I decided to go for this one, and I'm really happy that I did because I really enjoyed doing it. I actually really enjoyed taking my time with it. I think the actual colouring took about 3 days, and then the accenting I did on the video for you. So mainly for this, all of the gingerbread colour was Crayola, and I can't remember exactly off the top of my head what the colours are. But I'm so happy with that palette for the gingerbread, because I'd never really been able to find one, and I really liked how it turned out. So that's probably the bit I like most about this page, actually, the gingerbread. I used a slightly different brown palette for the paint palette. I also used, because quite a bit of it was Crayola, but then I did use some Prismacolor, some polychromos. Prismacolor was for the background and the snow as well. Yeah, and a couple of polychromos for the berries, but quite a lot of it was Crayola. And I was really happy with how they worked on this. And then, as you'll know if you watched the Colour and Chat, I then went over for accenting with glitter gel pens, Wink Costello on the butterfly, my gold jelly roll, my glitter Poscas, white gel pen, and that was the 10 jelly roll one. And I think that's it. I think so. I don't think I really used silver. But I'm really happy with this, and also the skin tone of the fairy I've been using a lot for other pictures, and I really like how it turned out with Crayola. I think it worked well, so I'm really happy with this page, and I can't wait to do more. I've actually been colouring a lot in Fairy Miracles, but I'm definitely going to come back to this and do more of the beautiful pages. So that is Fairy Celebrations by Clara Markova. And next we have Fairy Miracles. So the reason I've got a piece of paper in here is because I've just finished a page last night, actually, but I didn't want to take it away because I've had problems with the inside flap going white from the white gel pen, so I'm going to leave it here for a bit. It's already dry, but I just want to be a bit careful because I don't want the white gel pen going over it. It probably will at some point, but I'm going to try and stop it from doing that as much as I can. So this one is the title page, and I did the top of the mushroom and one of the raspberries a couple of days ago, and then I came back yesterday from some friends we spent New Year with, and I thought I'm going to finish it, and we were just watching some TV and relaxing. I think we were actually watching one of the Star Wars that Tom had got for Christmas. But yeah, it was really fun, and I just finished it whilst we were watching those. So this one, I'll take the paper away for a minute and put it back. This one had Prismacolors for the top, and I can't remember exactly what the colours were. It's henna, deco pink, no, deco peach. There was something else, I think. I can't remember exactly. And then again, quite a bit of it was Crayola. The raspberries and the bottom bit of the mushroom, the jam, things like that were Crayola. And then I had Faber-Castell Classics for all of the leaves, some Polychromos, some Prismacolor again here, Prismacolors for the flowers, and then for the bees I just used a couple of Holbeins for the head, and then I just did glitter. So once I'd coloured in the wings, I then went over with a clear glitter gel pen and some other coloured gel pens for the body and the heart. Same on this side. And then mainly for the detailing, I used glitter gel pens. So like, oh, you can't see, for the ladybird. Sorry, I literally forgot what I was saying then. I used the yellow glitter gel pen, gold jelly roll, white Posca, and then I used one of my new hybrid dual metallic pens. I used a blue one on the flowers and the jam jar. Sorry, I'm losing my words today. So this is the blue one that goes to gold, so it's got the gold glitter but the blue, and I really, really like it. It's so good. As you'll see the swatches if you've seen my haul, but I really, really like it. So that's that page, and I'm so happy with how it turned out. I also did this one, which is the what do you call it? Oh my god, nameplate page. I haven't fully, I mean, I've only done my name in pencil just so that I can put it, I don't want to do it in pen straight away because I'm always like nervous about that sort of thing, so I'll do it at a later date properly. But for this one I mainly used Prismacolor and Crayola and a couple of Black Widows for all of this purple. And then, as you'll be able to see on the wings, I actually used a pearlescent ink. Well, it's kind of an ink. Again, I show it on my haul. But this is a pearlescent liquid acrylic, and what you can do is you can mix it with other stuff. So you can mix it with ink or watercolour or paint, and it makes it pearlescent. And this is just the white pearl one. And I'm going to be careful opening this to show you. But as you open it, it's got a pipette. And I've used it quite a lot and I absolutely love it. And I just put it on and applied a thin layer with a paintbrush. Let it dry. And it works kind of the same as Wink of Stella, except this is pearlescent and Wink of Stella is glittery. But I love both outcomes actually. And then for all the accenting, we have red, pink glitter gel pens, pink glitter Posca, the gold jelly roll, and then I also used a cotton bud and put the pearlescent liquid acrylic for dots in the background, orange jelly roll glitter gel pen for the middles of the flowers. I think that's about it. A couple of ordinary Poscas, and then I outline the wings in a clear glitter gel pen just to give it a bit of definition. You probably can't tell on the camera, but yeah, so I'm really happy with this one, and for a title page I think it's quite nice, and it's really nice having the first couple of pages done already. I also did this one. And this one isn't technically Christmassy. I did the other two after Christmas, but it reminded me a bit of the Elf on the Shelf, and it also reminded me of like an elf for Christmas or something like that. And this one I did a similar sort of thing. Well, when I mainly used Holbein's Prismacolor and a bit of Crayola. I didn't really use Crayola much on this one. Instead of using the pearlescent, I used Wink of Stella. I have got a spare Wink. Sorry, it's not a Wink of Stella. It's a Spectrum Noir glitter pen. They're basically the same thing. But then I actually did strokes of the pearlescent and little dots, which you can probably see there. Just to try something a bit different. I did make these bubble things pearlescent, and then I went over with dots of Posca. I used a blue glitter gel pen on the mushrooms, the gold jelly roll in the background, white Posca on the hat, purple Posca. Again, I did the same thing with the wings of the bees, and coloured the bees the same as I did on the front page. Pink Posca, yellow, gold Signo, not gold Signo, silver Signo, sorry. So yeah, just a range of things again. But they're all pretty much the same things that I use for accenting. So that's that one. And where's the other one? Here. And this is the final one that I did, which you will have all seen if you have seen the colour and checks. I think I show it. This one is the mouse sledding. This was the first one that I did. I love it. It took me a while, but I really enjoyed working on it. It was so fun. I think I started with the sled and the mouse and stuff, but then I decided to do the background and the snow just so that it made everything easier to colour in afterwards. I really enjoyed it. So I used Black Widows, Crayola, Prismacolor, a couple of Holbeins, a few polychromas on the berries again, they're the same. Isabel was asking me actually what colours I used for some of these. I can't remember exactly. the mouse was all of the French greys from the Prismacolor. The snow was the same as my polar bear, so it was cloud blue, 10% cool grey, 20% cool grey, and sky blue light, I think, and then a blender. But yeah, she asked me about a couple of other things like the bird, and I can't remember exactly, so I'm really sorry. But for this one with the accenting, it's pretty much the same as what I've used. It was a Posca, a white jelly roll, gold jelly roll, clear glitter jelly roll, glitter Poscas. I think that's it. So I really enjoyed this one. I've loved colouring all of the pages in here. So this is Fairy Miracles by Clara Markova. And the final book I have to show you is The Flower Gear, of course, by Layla Dooley. I would love to finish this book at some point. I think it's going to be a challenge, but I really would like to. And I've got a whip in it at the moment, which is the January page, because of course I go through the month ones. My aim is to complete 2 pages a month, which may not seem like a lot, but they're very detailed. And again, when I talk about a page, it means that a double spread is 2 pages. So I've counted how many pages there are, and even if I do 2 a month, obviously I'm not going to get it done this year. So I would just like to complete it at some point. But for this one so far, I've coloured in the Snowdrops with the Prismacolor. All of this green is 3 Holbeins, and then I've also got a different green here, which is slightly more muted, which is Polychromos and Prismacolor. But I really like how this one's turning out so far. I just love the design. I like the fact that it's a wreath. And I haven't got that many left to do. I've got the February one, March, April and May. The only one that's going to be a bit of a challenge is the... Where's the March one? The March one will be nice too. It's still very detailed, but I think the challenge I'm going to have is the April one. Sorry guys, just bear with me a moment. Just need to answer the door. Okay guys, sorry about that, I'm back. So yeah, as I said, the April one is probably going to be quite challenging because of how detailed it is. And the May one is fairly detailed, so it may be for those months that they're the only ones I get done. But for now, I'm really happy with how the January one's coming out, and I will aim to get that done in the next couple of days. So I've also got 2 other pictures which I've completed. So I actually completed 3 last month, which was very good. This one I did in the beginning of December when we were actually doing our production. We had a lot of spare time upstairs before the show started and a bit during it. So I got most like the trees done in the background and stuff, and then it was fairly simple to do from then. This was one of the more simpler pages for the title pages of the months, but it was nice to do. So for this one it was mainly Prismacolors with a blender pencil for the trees, Prismacolor for the background, Prismacolor for the ivy, Polychromos, Faber-Castell Classics even for the other leaves in the background, Prismacolor for the robin, and then again Prismacolor for the holly. It was mainly Prismacolor actually. And then I also went in with just a red fine liner for these berries because they were bit tiny to colour, and I thought it will just brighten it up a bit. Then I went over, my only thing I went over with was a white Posca, because as you know I don't use glitter in this book because I want to make everything look realistic. That's just my opinion. I love seeing all the pages that people do, and you know, go for it, use glitter and other things if you want to. And then probably one of my, oh sorry I just hit the camera, probably one of my favourite pages I've done in this book is this one. I'm not sure if I've shown it to you completed, but this is the holly wreath. The holly took so long, and then everything else kind of didn't. It was obviously still quite time consuming because of all the little areas, but I had such fun with this, and it did take me a long time, but it was worth it. I think I really liked the outcome of it. You might not be able to see, but I've actually put bits of blue in the background with some pencil, but mainly this was Polychromos, Prismacolor, Crayola, and that was it. And then I just again went over with a bit of white gel pen on the berries. But I'm so happy with how this one turned out. I'm really pleased with it, and I'm really looking forward to doing some more pages in this book next month, and hopefully I'm on the way to finishing it. So there are quite a few pages that I would like to complete, as you probably know, but it's going to take a while. But yeah, I really hope you've enjoyed watching this video. The next videos I will be doing are my anniversary videos, because I've been on this channel for a year. I cannot believe it. Thank you so much for everyone's support. But I'm going to be doing all my completed pages, and I'm not sure how many parts it's going to take, but we will see. And obviously it's not going to be absolutely everything I've ever coloured, but it will be the vast majority. And I'm really looking forward to doing it. I mean, it's going to take quite a lot of time, but I've got a couple more days till I go back to school, so hopefully I'll be able to film them at some point, although it is my mum's birthday this weekend, so I'm not sure, but yeah, we will see. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've had a great start to the new year. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video, and I will see you in my anniversary videos if you choose to watch those, or my next video. So bye everyone.